Okay, we're going to be working on writing equations today from sentences. Some students have a hard time with this, but hopefully our strategy today will make things a little bit easier. So first of all, we are writing equations, which means we need to have a variable and we need to have an equal sign. And then we're going to solve them. We're also going to do something called defining your variable. So I'm going to write this at the top. Define your variable. In some classes, you'll be told to define a word, which just means tell me what the word means. Here in math, define your variable means tell me what letter you're using for your variable and what it means. So when I go through this, it says 4, so I have 4. We're going to treat this kind of like a puzzle and put our puzzle pieces together at the end. So 4 more than in math means plus. And then I have 3 times a number. So 3 times, let's pick n for number. And then is negative 26. So is means equals negative 26. So off to the side, notice I chose n for my variable. So I'm going to say n equals number. So n stands for number in this problem. That's really important to do, especially for actual story problems where we're talking about real objects or real people. Okay, so I'm going to put this together, and I always write my variable first. So 3 times n can be written as 3n. Then I have 4 plus, so plus 4 equals negative 26. And then I'm going to solve this. So we're going to get rid of the friend first, so subtract 4 from both sides. Get 3n equals negative 30. And then divide both sides by 3 to get n equals negative 10. So I'm looking for 3 things. I'm looking for defining your variable, so tell me what the variable means, your equation, and your answer. Okay, number 2, Hannah has 24 stickers, so that's the total, that's what it's going to be equal to. This is 6 less than, which means minus, twice the number, so that's 2 times n. And they told me n stands for stickers, so that's my variable. N stands for number of stickers. Okay, so I'm going to put this together. Put your variable first. So 2 times n is going to be 2n. I have 6 minus, so minus 6 equals 24. And then solve it, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Get 2n equals 30. Divide both sides by 2 to get n equals 15. Now, this one we were talking about real objects and real things. So n here stood for number of stickers. So the answer is 15 stickers. So if we're actually talking about real objects, make sure there's a label on your answer. Number 3, quotient, which means divide, of a number n and 7. So when we're talking about division, you want to go in the order that they say. So n divided by 7. If they said 7 and n, we'd write 7 divided by n. Increased by 6, so plus 6, is equal to 12, so equals 12. So here they told me n again stood for number, so n equals number. And then we're going to put it together like a puzzle. So n divided by 7 is going to go first. I'm going to write n over 7. It just makes things a little more compact, a little shorter. Plus 6 equals 12. Subtract 6 from both sides to get n over 7 equals 6. And this means n divided by 7, so the opposite would be to multiply both sides by 7 to get n equals 42. Number 4, a baseball bat costs $41, so that's the total, which is 9 more than, so 9 plus, 4 times the wholesale cost of the bat. And later it says find the bat's wholesale cost. So obviously we don't know the wholesale cost. So I'm going to say 4 times W for wholesale cost. So when I define my variable, I'm going to say W equals wholesale cost. Okay, so put your problem together. We have 4 times W, so 4W. 9 plus, so plus 9, equals 41. Subtract 9 from both sides to get 4W equals 32. Divide both sides by 4 to get W equals 8. Again, here we're talking about real objects. W stood for wholesale cost, so it's going to be $8. Okay, moving down to number 5. Okay, number 5 is going to be just a little bit harder. It says Ms. Parsons earns $200 each week plus 25 for each pair of shoes, and then later it says how many pairs of shoes does she need to sell. So we don't know how many pairs of shoes. So I'm going to use P for pairs of shoes. So P equals pairs of shoes. Some people in class chose to use S. I don't like to use S just because it looks like a 5, but you can use S if you want. Just make sure it's a really curvy S. Okay, and then we're going to earn a total of $1,000 per week. So right here's my variable. So 25 for each pair of shoes, that's going to be 25P. It says plus 200, and I'm going to get a total of 1,000. So that's my equation. And then I'm going to get rid of the friends, so subtract 200 from both sides to get 25P equals 800. Then divide both sides by 25 to get P equals 800 divided by 25 is 32. So again, P stood for pairs of shoes, so it's 32 pairs of shoes. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know.